So for this short massage, I am going to begin with warming up the area that I want to work on, opening it up, asking permission, seeing how his body responds to my touch. I'm just waiting to see if he's relaxed and in the mood for a little bodywork session. I want to focus on his back, so I'm just spending a little bit of time warming up the tissue, opening up the area. And I go all the way down to his tail. As you can see, I have a frozen Kong for him with some yogurt and banana to keep him occupied, but also to cool him off because it is a warm day, and during a massage the body usually warms up. So being a husky, it just helps to keep him cooler. I'm going to spend a moment here with my hand on his sacrum, my other hand at the base of his head, and simply connect with him. And this is where I'm just connecting to his body, setting an intention. And trying to gather some information. This is kind of the intuitive part of the work that I very often talk about. I'm not putting any pressure. I'm simply placing my hands. I have my elbows on my knees, so most of the weight actually is on my own legs. And I am not using his body at all to support my weight. So this is why my own position is quite important. Making sure that I'm comfortable, supported, and not depending on him for balance or to carry my weight. So if we were to move him right now, I would still be able to hold my position. And this is quite important whenever you're working with the dog. So I know, and this is something I know because I've lived with him and I know his body. So his lower back is his problem area, but that can vary from day to day. So even though normally his lower back is the problem area, sometimes it could be a different spot that might be more sore during that particular day. As you can see, I'm constantly watching him. I'm feeling with my hands for his body's response, but I'm also constantly watching and observing to see how he responds, if maybe he stops licking the Kong, or maybe his eyes kind of change their appearance. I'm also watching for his breathing. Very often dogs, whenever you hit a sensitive spot, they'll hold their breath. You can feel that under your hands. And whenever I feel or see or just sense a response, I take a moment to spend a little bit extra time there and acknowledge that it might be a sensitive spot for the dog. So even though I started my session thinking that I'm going to spend a lot of time on the lower back, I can tell that right now, mid-back, it seems to be where his body really needs focusing on. So even as you set your intention at the beginning, that can very quickly change as the massage session progresses and the body starts responding to your touch. And suddenly areas that at first maybe the dog wasn't connected or tapped into, maybe because they were hurting and they were kind of blocking that or trying to disembody from that experience, all of a sudden they come to the forefront. So right now, this is the area that seems to be causing him some discomfort. And this also happens to be the area where his harness sits on. And even though, of course, harnesses are much better than a flat collar in many, many cases, they are all not without their own impact on the body. Even the best harness will still have pressure points or areas where it simply forces the body to account or adjust to its presence. It's unavoidable.